You got that rat Saunders running around. He wants to fight me for 5 mil. You know, the options are endless. But all I know is December onwards, big names, world titles. It's going to be a hell of a 12 months.
To win this fight, it's a good fight, but he definitely 100% needs to now get a move on. We need to see him in there with a big name or a bigger name. Maybe the Billy Joe Saunders rematch. I quite like that fight. I know Billy Joe's
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. When people start pricing themselves out of the fight, that's when you realise that maybe they don't want the fight. But we need to see Chris Eubank Jr. in with a big name. We need to see a performance because the time is nigh.
That's really probably just wound Billy Joe up. He said he doesn't want the fight, but you never know. There's the pot, and they're the two names that Calais was talking about, either Liam Williams or Billy Joe. They're the they're fan fights. They're fights that the fans will really get excited about. And then, of course, he's got to make sure he nails down a world title fight. Whoever the
What's good, family? So mash that like button, subscribe and look off the bell. So, your man's Chris Eubank Jr. smoked the boots off of some next Donny called Wanking Adjwani. Yeah, your man's wanking. He got touched to the body. Chris touched him nicely to the body and he folded like a cheap second-hand moody deck chair. Yeah? Now, allegedly, Eubank says that he was crying in the ring. Obviously, the man wanking. I mean, his first name is Wanking, second name Adjwani. Yeah, Wanking Adjwani. Allegedly, after the fight, was crying because he got his rib shattered. But listen, truth is, I like Chris Eubank. Given the choice between Chris Eubank and Billy Ho Saunders, I know that the bar ain't set that high, but still, don't get me wrong, listen, that fight must happen. Billy, I know, listen, Billy. I know I stay riding you. I know I hop on you, have a quick go on you whenever I choose to. Nonetheless, I do want to watch. I want to enjoy the build-up. I want to watch the fight. I want to watch you jack again. So I can make a whole bunch of more videos, riding you some more. Yeah, squeeze some more coins out of you. Ever since I lost some on goofy looking ass Mr. Mandela Gandhi. Anthony Mandela Gandhi Joshua. Yeah? Like I said, I need some coins back. And the best way to get coins is for you to go in there with Chris Eubank, him to touch you to the body, and you to roll over and give in. So I can make a whole bunch of videos about how you jacked again. Oops, one of them ones. So like I said, Billy, sign the contract. Stop ducking, man. What's wrong with you about retirement? Yeah? I put videos out the other day. Stop whooping on old people. And then even when it's the very thing, I got videos, evidence, Billy Ho Saunders whooping on old men, yeah? The old men's sons come out and said, listen, Billy, I want you bad. And Billy had to beg his cousin, had to wheel his cousin out to do his bidding for him. After Billy Ho made excuses, oh, I'm drunk, oh, I'm off the pills. Wow, you really are going through it. Yeah? But like I said, stop whooping on old people. Go in there with someone your own size and your own weight and your own age. Yeah, because Chris wants you badly. No doubt. Chris wants you badly. And I believe he will fold you the same way he just folded Wanking Adjwani. Yeah? So, and listen, OIB, this is supposed to be the reaction to Eubank versus Wanking. Listen. I don't do this. People get confused. People always say, YB, where was the reaction for Fowler versus Smith? Who? Who versus who? I don't do random ass looking ass fights. Told you before, I am a casual fan. This ain't no charity thing. I don't make video. What? You've got to make videos for charity? Yeah? I make videos for coins. Fowler versus some next. I don't know. Never heard of him. Yeah? So like I said, this YB, this was supposed to be the reaction for Chris Eubank versus Wanking Adjwani. I don't know. I don't do reactions to random looking ass dudes. This video exists because I want to see Billy Ho Saunders versus Chris Eubank. Please do not let this be another Khan versus Brook. Even today. Even now when that fight is completely washed. We're still... Amir Khan still having nightmares. Amir Khan still... choking himself off on Skype, but not fighting Kell Brook. Come on, man. You're both washed to bits. So, and to be honest with you, the way boxing is today, do I think Chris Eubank and Billy Ho Saunders, one of the only fights both men. Listen, people, let's call a spade here. Literally, this isn't the case where, well, why be? They've both got a load of other options. Chris Eubank's got a few more options, but really, I mean, apart from Canelo Alvarez, what other fight is interesting with Eubank right now? None. And even the Alvarez fight still isn't interesting, is it? Because we know Alvarez is going to go in there, and I wouldn't mind seeing it, just to see. Then again, I've seen what George Groves did, so I'm not so... Yeah. Listen, the point is, we know what's going to happen with Alvarez. He's going to go in there and do ungodly things to Chris. So, let's put that to one side. The only fight that makes sense for both men is this fight. There ain't no other fight like it, I'm afraid. There's none. This is the time, right now. And I think, to be honest, £5 million, I'm not in the business side of things, but I don't know. People might laugh, yeah, but I reckon that definitely sells out the O2. Who knows? It might probably sell 50,000 if they promote it right, which I'm sure they would do. That fight would sell 50,000 at some club. I don't know. Pick a club, not a massive, not an Arsenal or whatever, but one of them middle tier dons. Yeah, pick a stadium and get it done. That's why that fight needs to happen right now. Yeah, right now. So Billy, because Chris wants it. But then again, allegedly, Chris is hard to work with. So, Chris, you have got to ease up a bit because you do act like a bit of a prima donna. So, if it means you've got to humble yourself to get this fight done, get it done. Yeah, take a little bit of a leaf out of Anthony Mandela Gandhi's book. Not all the way. Don't take too many leaves. Yeah, don't take too many pages. Otherwise, you'll end up soft and a wet fart-looking ass like Mr. Mandela Gandhi himself. So, like I said, take a little piece of a sheet. Not all this. Don't take all the pages because you'll end up wet. And good for nothing. And big for nothing, yeah? That fight must happen. Right now. Don't want to hear nothing about nothing else. Not Golovkin. Golovkin's old. And even that. I'm not interested in that fight. I want to see Billy Ho and Eubank. Now's the time. I am the voice of the casual fan. Yeah? Facts. The casual fan don't want to see anything else but Chris Eubank and Billy Ho Saunders. Billy Ho Saunders just jacked in the corner. And Chris Eubank, don't know what he's been doing for the last 5 years, but what's he been doing? Come on, man. Chris, what have you been doing? Don't know what you've been doing. You're still fighting dons called Rankin Adjwani. Rankin Adjwani? Why is it? Where did these dons get these names from? yeah. But you could always... And it's scary how you could almost tell they're going to be no good. Rankin Adjwani. Wow. You just know. I just knew. That's why I didn't even watch it. I watched the highlights, but I thought, you know what I'm saying? There's no point in me even reacting to this fight. Yeah, he stops me with a body shot. Yeah, Chris is coming out with this new fruity, wannabe looking ass, Roy Jones style. But, again, it's all well and good. Oh, yeah, people saying, yeah, but he Roy Jones. Let's see some Roy Jonesness in there with someone half decent. At least Billy Ho is half decent. I actually think my money is going to be on Chris Eubank for that fight. Because I think Chris Eubank going to pick up where Alvarez left off. I think Chris Eubank going to pick up where he left off in round 12. And in round 12, Chris Eubank was, he was having a quick go on Billy in them last few rounds. He was right, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm not going to lie to you and say he was riding the legs out of him like Alvarez did, but he was certainly picking up a good clip on Billy. Yeah? Chris Eubank, certainly in the last few rounds of their first fight, he was getting some momentum off the back of Billy. Yeah, he was, you know what I'm saying, one of them ones. He had the reins in Billy's mouth, and he was pulling back nicely to get some good momentum. Because Billy, at that point in time, the old nag had a good few miles left in the legs at that point. But now, obviously, like I said, as we all know, your man Alvarez rolled all the life out of his legs, got no left. Yeah, old nag looking ass. Yeah, Billy is well and truly an old nag. However, like I've been saying, he does have one more ride in him. Yeah, I reckon Chris Eubank's the man to give him the ride of his life. Squeeze that last little piece of juice out of his legs. Yeah, because the Billy Ho Saunders brand will end with Chris Eubank, I believe. Now, that said, it's all to play for, because if Billy Ho comes back with a vengeance and ends up smoking Chris Eubank, imagine if he stopped him. That would be massive. That would put him back in the... And I'm not saying Chris Eubank's Alvarez, but it would put you back in the mix, wouldn't it? It would... If Billy Ho Saunders... And I think that's the kind of performance he needs. Billy Ho Saunders needs to come back and absolutely school and or stop Chris Eubank. That would show that, yeah, man, I'm back. Has Billy Ho Saunders got it in him? I don't think he has, people. I don't think he has. And I think he's made it quite clear. Oh, I don't really want to come back. Oh, if I do come back, I want some ungodly amount of money. He's sounding wet. He's sounding like a no belief having ass. He's sounding like what Mark Tibbs said he was. No belief. He's sounding like a typical 2021 boxing Fruity Loop. Yeah, boxing is full. In 2021, boxing is full of Billy Ho Saunders, Ryan Garcia, them dons, yeah? Good for nothing dons. Turn up, don't really want to get stuck in dons. On top fighter dons, yeah? They ain't... Boxing hasn't got that thoroughbred attitude anymore. AJ, look at AJ. Look at Mr. Anthony Mandela Gandhi, Joshua. Yeah? Anthony Mandela Gandhi, Joshua. Look at him. Soft looking. No oomph in him, is there? There's nothing Hall of Fame about AJ anymore, is there? You don't watch an AJ fight and think, damn, that's Hall of Fame. Yeah, that's one for the ages. You think, wow, that's amateur. Wow, that's sparring. Yeah, you think sparring, you think amateur. You don't think Hall of Fame. And the same can be said for all these kind of cats. Billy Ho Saunders' attitude. Show me, when Billy Ho Saunders, bear in mind all the talking he'd been doing, in what part of that fight did you see Hall of Fame? Oops. I saw him get hit once and he rolled over, didn't want no more. Yeah, found a way out. That's not Hall of Fame. Hall of Famers used to say, yep, he's taken one eye. Let's see if he can take... You know what I'm saying? He's taken one eye, but luckily God gave me two. You know what I'm saying? Alvarez took one of my eyes, luckily God gave me two. Yeah? Or, Alvarez took one of my eyes, let's see if he can take the other two. Yeah? And I'm pretty sure the ironic thing is, your man Billy would say things like, oh, I'd beat him with no eyes. I'll fight with him with no eyes and no legs. Oops. Never mind no eyes, no legs. How about just one eye? Oops. You didn't want no parts of one eye. Yeah? So, like I said, this is what you need to redeem yourself. Does Billy Ho Saunders, does Mr. Anthony Mandela Gandhi Joshua, do they want to redeem themselves? I don't think they do, truth be known. Oh, IB, you've switched up on AJ. Switched up on AJ. I told you before. I believed in the pureness, in the possibility. I've never been a rider. I don't just ride someone for the sake of it. I rode the potential. Yeah? And when the potential ain't there, there's no more riding. The cold hard facts are, 2021 boxers are soft. Prove me wrong. Yeah, prove me wrong. Billy, prove me wrong. Go in there and come back with a vengeance and stop Chris Eubank. And I'll come on here and say, you know what, people? Fair play to the guy. Because he's shown some real minerals. Taking a lot to come back. But these days, well, I got $10 million. I rolled over after being hit once. Who cares? And even Chris Eubank, I think Chris is alright, but what's he doing all this time? So he's just hanging around, isn't he? I don't know what he's doing. He's not going trying to go up the rankings and force a mandatory. He's just hanging around fighting dons called Wankin Adjwani. What is that? And the thing is, you can always bank on Chris Eubank to be fighting some don with some next name. Innit? You just know it for a fact. You know you ain't never going to hurt the guy. That's what the only thing you can be certain about with Chris Eubank's fights is that his opponent you will have never heard of. Call me a liar. I'll tell you a lie. Well, since Chris Eubank, I mean, George Groves, I guess, but alright, how many? That was 5 years ago, wasn't it? Take George Groves and Billy Ho Saunders out. Who is there on his resume? Who been fighting? It's mad. And it's a shame, I think, as well, because what's Chris now? 33 or something? Either way, however old he is, just wasted time, wasted years. And for no reason, I don't believe. So what if you lose? You've already got schooled by George Groves. Just start getting in there and start putting some of this... I rate Chris Eubank. One thing he does have that's Hall of Fame is cardio. He does have good cardio, I believe. Although, did he get gassed against George Groves? I'm not sure now. Either way, man, listen, Chris. This fight must happen. And then if you can't get this fight, push another big fight with a name. Just hanging around business. But people are tired of it now. It's played out. It's played out of you fighting dons called Wankin Adjwani. Yeah?